if you want to get an amazing physique, you have to become focused. In today's culture, there's all sorts of distractions. Everywhere, as soon as you wake up, you plug in your phone, you turn on the news. If you're trying to improve your body and you're watching this, what I recommend is saying to yourself, listen, how bad do you want it? Like, how bad do you really, really want this? If you want to become more focused when you wake up in the morning, like right now it's 5:41 in the morning. Sometimes after I get my tea, after about 15 minutes, I go into my pain cave. It's a little closet that I created that has a little chair in it, and it has some dumbbells, and I do my shoulder presses. And I find that when I go into that room, and I usually do 2 sets in that room, and I really find that it helps me focus so much. It's like right off the bat, you know, I wake up in the middle of the night too. I have a split routine because of my knee injury. So I'll wake up at what time did I wake up last night? I woke up last night at like 9:45. I went to bed at 4:30 in the afternoon. I was pretty tired. I went fishing. But the point is that if you want to become focused, what I recommend is unplug from the devices that are keeping you like mentally distracted. There's a lot greater of a cost. There's a lot greater of a cost than just the time spent. Every single time that you plug into a device, you're basically unplugging from your soul. Every time that you plug into a device, you're breaking your concentration. Every single time, I guarantee it. And what I found is, if you can get away from that, and really say, wow, like, for example, I track every single thing that I do, like well, I'm not saying you have to do this, but with my knee injury, I track every time I sit down, every time I go to the bathroom, every move I make. Every single move that I make, I track it. And what I found is that when I get away from, when I get away from Facebook, and, to be honest, when I get away from my YouTube channel, I have a lot more mental bandwidth to really knock out the things that I need to do for my day. So if you're looking to get the ultimate physique, or you're just looking to lose some weight, another thing is, if you get away from the news, I can't tell you, I've lost 100 pounds. I can't tell you how critical it is to not put a negative news story in your head. For example, last night I was going to get on my bike, and I was going to check something on the internet, and I said, you know what? All it takes, it's hard for me to get on my bike with my knee injury. All it takes is one little piece of bad news, and that can affect that can affect my bike ride. So it's like, If you're sitting there and you're watching the news, you know, the news has a big effect on your emotional state. And you might not realize it, but you might see one news story and it can drag you down for the entire rest of your day. When I lost 100 pounds, I couldn't afford to let that happen. I just stopped watching the news altogether. Nobody says that you have to watch the news. That choice is up to you. So I recommend you get away from it completely. And if you can't get away from it completely, at least know the times in your day that news, that, a negative news story coming in can affect you. But I just remember, it's the same thing with movies. I've found that movies can have such an effect on your general state of being that you really have to protect what goes on, what your mind sees. Your eyes are the windows to your soul, and you need to protect that at all cost. Thank you.